I just want to quickly talk about false pricing. So I came across an example of that this week of one of the Instagram accounts that they call it hate follow. I don't like following them and they pop up on my feed a lot. It's one of those forget diet culture sort of dietitians. Your standard diet culture sucks, buy my stuff sort of deal. I'm not saying diet culture doesn't suck, by the way. I'm just saying it's the buy my stuff bit I have an issue with. Anyways, and they have a new course coming out where they teach you all about what they call gentle nutrition, which is just intuitive eating, right? With a different name, or the first stage of it, which is actually makes this even worse. It's basically eating like an adult. And eating with a bit of respect for yourself and with a bit of love for yourself. So you don't hate yourself for eating the wrong thing, and you don't pat yourself too much on the back for eating the right thing. It's just you eat like an adult. They have this course coming up. And you see this a lot in the health and fitness world. They give you all these things and they list a whole example of everything they do. And then they say, total value of this package is $6,300. In this case, it was $6,300. And you can have this now for only $297. And you already kind of know where I hope you already kind of know where I'm going with this. Because it really is just complete and utter hogwash, right? The value is just never $6,300. That's just not what the value is. No one has ever paid that price. And it's a really common trick in the health and fitness industry. I was advised when I set up Healthy Post Natal Body, I was advised to do the same, right? You say it's working with me cost, I don't know, $1,000. You can have it for only $100 a year or something like that. I just said, no, it is. First of all, we're comparing apples and oranges. Working with me for 24 sessions is indeed around about $1,000. I don't do it online, by the way, so don't get in touch saying, can you train me on Zoom? No, I can't. I don't have the time. I have a full schedule, and that's only what I charge physical personal training clients. If, however, you're in America and you say, Pete, if I'm a multi-gazillionaire, I'll fly over. Even if you're in Russia, I'll come over. Well, maybe not in Russia because you can't pay me. But, it's, you're comparing apples with oranges. You can't say my one-on-one call is $100. You get a group call and that is only $60 and, saving yourself $40. No, because they're different, right? They're different things. In the same way that this pre-recorded program, in my case, Healthy Post Natal Body, is different from my personal training stuff. So I can't say you're getting a 90% discount on that when it's clearly a different product. In this case, her claiming that it's a $6,300 amount of value because there's some pre-recorded videos and all that sort of stuff in there is simply... It's simply not true, and please don't fall for it. The thing is worth, at best, the $300 that they mention it is. And even then, it usually isn't. Right? As soon as anybody goes, I can teach you to eat like an adult, because that's what they're saying. I can teach you gentle nutrition. Pay me $300. And you just have to kind of wonder, why am I paying someone $300 to kind of just do what? I kind of deep down already know what I need to be doing. Right? Dietitians that are able to teach you a different way to eat are definitely valuable if you have any sort of disordered eating. Not eating disorder, right? That's different. Any sort of disordered eating, any sort of whether you eat too much or too little, or whether you hate yourself after eating X amount. I would argue if you hate yourself after eating X amount, you don't need a dietitian, you need a psychologist, right? To work through that rather than a dietitian. But, this is the way of the world these days. But if they can give you some advice on the things that are to eat that are useful for you, then great. But you don't need to pay $300 for that. They're just not that expensive. The only reason this person claims $300 is value is because they start off on that inflated number of $6,300. I mean, no one's ever paid this woman $6,000 in their life. So it's not worth that much. It's just that simple. Anyways, I don't like ending on that note, but I'm going to. Peter at healthypostnatalbody.com. If you have any questions or comments or want to get in touch about anything, tell your friends. Like I said before, healthypostnatalbody.com. I still give, we're always doing 3 months free, right? Get your free postnatal program. And you get to email me and I give you answers. To be fair, I do that for non-members a lot as well. But if you're a member, I will actually definitely answer. And usually within 24 hours, because I'm pretty good that way. You have a tremendous week. Next week, I've got an interview again. I'm recording an interview tomorrow with Dr. David Prologo, which will be awesome. I'm recording another interview about household cleaners and all that sort of stuff. Remember, I spoke last week about household toxins and all that sort of stuff, PFAs. Well, I found someone. I found an expert, and that's what I'm recording next Friday. So that will be for the week after that. Yes, that's correct. That'll be the 17th of April. I want to say that's the 17th. And that's going to be awesome. I found a doozy of a person to interview about that. Anyways, you have a tremendous week. You take care of yourself. Enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. Right? Here's a new bit of music. Bye now.